a breakdown, and we have more to come. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for August 2nd, 2019. Q's down 1.5% and the SPY down 0.75. We got a small gap down, and we stayed weak pretty much the whole day. If you're in the room with us, right, we were bearish up until really the last hour or so. As we based out, we put in a higher low there, and then we started to look for some longs. All right, so doesn't mean that we are bearish going into Monday, right? Just talking about the intraday. Okay, let's go to the hourly here so we can talk about what to expect Monday and next week. All right, we're gonna remain bearish. So on a sell setup, we're gonna remain bearish. No, remember we came into today. Rallies were shortable. We didn't really get a rally. We got a gap down and then just continued. Okay, so we're gonna remain bearish. That means rallies are shortable. Rallies should be sold. Okay, if we fail on an hourly sell setup, then we will switch to a neutral bias. On the next buy setup breakout, then we will be bullish. Okay, so we are still in an hourly downtrend. We'll let that hourly downtrend play out, and then we'll see if we need to transition out of it. We've seen this before, right? Came in, we were switching to a bearish bias there. We saw the sell setup fail. Okay, once we failed on the sell setup, we were back to bullish. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking for coming into Monday. Still bearish, but just keep in mind that the next sell setup, especially if it's shallow, may not be that great of an opportunity because we've basically reached the 20 MA on the weekly here into an area that we broke out from. Okay, so we are into this support area. What I definitely don't think is a shortable opportunity is just a break below today's low. Okay, I think that kind of break easily can snap back. What I'm saying, if there is going to be a shortable opportunity, it's going to be on a rally, right? And then on that sell setup lower. Okay, so we are bearish on a sell setup, like it lower for the time being until it proves to us that it's going to break that hourly downtrend. So the uptrend on the larger time frames remains on the hourly, the weekly, monthly, a little bit more neutral now that it's put in that doji bar and is rolling over. Okay, but we'll see here on the smaller time frames. We will see the transition first or the continuation first and see what that does to the weekly, monthly chart. Okay, so neutral to bearish going into Monday. All right, let's go over the plays from today. All right, started off kind of the opposite of yesterday. First play went after the CC gap down, a little bit excessive on the gap down, only needed to gap enough to break this base, ended up gapping a little bit too far, right? And so I did let it go initially and then wait for the retracement. So here was the play on the CC. Okay, first play, we got a retracement, played the sell setup. Got a little bit of follow through there, about 20 cents, but I was looking for actually 60 cents, so not nearly to target, and it popped. Notice how the bar that got us out didn't get any follow through. Okay, so that kind of clued me in that maybe this is okay to replay, and that's what we did. Okay, we got this base, we got this shakeout here, we played this breakdown. All right, did finally get it into that area. Like I said earlier, we shorted at 1470, was looking to get to 1410, 1420 into near the low of the day, and then finally on this second breakdown here on the CC, we're able to get that drop. Back half ended up not following through. We did trail it to 74, so still a nice play there, able to recover that first play from the morning. So that came up, and then the WU. Okay, the WU, this is my play. This is the thing that I like to do whenever it comes up. This is the gap bully strategy. It's one that we worked on in 2017, near the end of 2017, worked on perfecting this one. And so when you get a gap down, breaking support, and then it's able to rally and break resistance, you want to find a way in. All right, so that's called the gap bully. Bullies the gap, bullies the gap down. Okay, and that's what we did. We played it over 2170 by 2145. So it was just a breakout, and we triggered in right there. Looking for 22 and then 22.25. Those were the areas we're looking for. We got to 22 pretty quickly there, and then took some more time there to get to 22.28. That was in our area of our final target, and then the last piece kind of trailed out there. The runner trailed out underneath. Okay, but that really wasn't the gap bully. That was the star today. The MOBL was the star today. The MOBL you can see here also gap down, got sold, and then got the shakeout. Right, so that big bottoming, that initial selling turned into a big bottoming tail here, and again another nice base here after a pullback. Very nice breakout there. I know some people played it at lunch. That was a really nice play, tight stop there on the MOBL. One thing about both of these, I much prefer the gap bullies when they are in line with the larger time frame. Okay, so you have a weekly that's been moving up. We got green bars. We got a 20 MA that's pointing up. Right, so there's no denying that this has been moving up. Same thing with the WU. Been grinding higher, 20 MA pointing up. Okay, we've had some other ones this week. The NYCB was another one, right? We had this nice pullback here, and then played a breakout right in here, pullback, breakout right there. Okay, also a pretty decent looking gap bully. See it gap down and then broke out. Didn't quite clear the support there with the gap down. They're more powerful when they do, but nice time frame alignment again on the NYCB, staying nice and bullish. So those were the plays today. There was plenty more, of course. We got earnings season, so there's a lot going on. Even for me, I feel like even when I get to lunch and I'm scanning, I'm still finding more and more stuff that I wasn't even aware of. So that's one of the big benefits of being in the room. You have a lot of scanners working to find the best stuff, identify what looks good, and for you to be aware of. So, especially on days like this, and even the next couple weeks, right, really helps to have a little bit more focus and a more complete scan to find opportunities that are available. Okay. So hopefully you did well today. Hopefully you did well this week. I think the next couple weeks will be even better, because I think that it'll be a little bit easier to focus on, and especially if the market goes back to smaller range bars, if we kind of this little bit of a volatility from the FOMC and the China deal news kind of quiets down a little bit, I think it'll be even better. I thought it was a pretty good week overall, but I think the next 2 weeks should be some of the best for months to come. Okay, so if you'd like to check out the room, be able to kind of play some of these calls, I tell you exactly where we get in, okay, before it triggers, I tell you what our targets are, and then when I'm getting out. Okay, so when we get to targets, I tell you exactly how I'm going to manage when it's at the target. All right, so that's the kind of thing that we do in the room, direct you exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. Okay, so I think the next couple weeks we should be pretty excited for. Okay, so hopefully you are too. All right, so that's going to do it for today's market wrap. We're going to remain bearish until we get some kind of bearish pattern that fails, and then we'll see if this weekly support actually wants to give us a nice bounce. Okay, so a little bit too early to say for now. Okay, but we are watching for that support to possibly kick in. Remain bearish for now. Okay, all right, I will talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Get lots of rest, because it should be a busy one next week. Okay, all right, have a good weekend, everyone. I'll talk to you on Monday.